I think getting overwhelmed is a common experience for students. The level of work, the speed at which the classes go, the depth at which the classes go. I mentioned earlier that my study skills and study habits worked well in high school, but failed miserably in college. So that's an issue. Being isolated, feeling separated from family and friends, that's a common thing as well. And that's why I strongly encourage students to get involved in student organizations and make a connection to their advisor and meet their faculty during office hours and go to help sessions and just make that connection and develop a network of friends, and also again connect to the university community as well. Again, the poor success skills, like I demonstrated, that can be an issue for students transitioning to college. Just poor discipline, poor time management, difficulty shutting off the TV or the video game or the computer and getting off social media so student can get some rest and get their work done. All that's important. But again, this connection and involvement's absolutely critical, and you can connect with your faculty through office hours and those kind of things. And I encourage freshmen to take that freshman orientation or the freshman success class. Most universities have them, and whatever they're called there, I encourage you to get in that and perhaps get into a learning community as well. Take advantage of every opportunity you have to connect. And again, universities want students to succeed, and they often put a lot of time and money into resources to help students succeed. So it's important that the student engage with those resources and take advantage of the help that's there for them. I think the mindset is huge, and I guess I could sum this up by saying it's so important to have reasonable, realistic expectations. As I mentioned, I did really well in high school, and I assumed I'd just go in there and skate through college, and I nearly flunked out. So my expectations were not realistic, and it hurt. I mean, like I say, it was. I never considered that I wouldn't succeed. I never considered that college wouldn't just be a breeze. And when it turned out to be terribly difficult, I got really down, and I almost dropped out of school. That's how serious it was. So it's so important to have those reasonable expectations, not fear, not worrying that you can't make it, but just have the attitude that I'm going to have to dig in and I'm going to have to work harder and work smarter than I did in high school. And I think it's so important too to understand that having some struggles is common for college freshmen. Feeling a little homesick, struggling in a few classes, having trouble getting the time management stuff all straightened out. Those are very, very common issues. I know I spoke with a parent not too long ago. She was just beside herself because she called her freshman daughter early in the school year, and her daughter was crying because she was so upset, and the mom just thought that was terrible. And it is I'm a parent, I understand that. I don't want my daughter to hurt, but the fact of the matter is that first semester of college, maybe the first year, can be very, very tough. So when students struggle, when they feel homesick, one of the things I want them to know is you're not alone. Sometimes we feel like everybody on campus is succeeding and I'm the only one that's struggling or a little homesick, and that's not the case. That's very, very common, actually. So again, I encourage students to connect with their academic advisor. Not only is that a good relationship, and the academic advisor is a great source of information in and of themselves, they also can connect students to other resources on campus. Academic Success Center, the Student Health and Wellness Center, things like that. So your academic advisor on campus is an absolute resource that you want to connect with, and they can be a big help. So again, expect that things are going to be a little tougher. Expect you're going to have to ramp up your game, but also expect there to be a lot of resources there, especially if you come from a smaller high school and go into a larger university. There may be a lot of resources that you didn't even know existed. So be sure to tap into those. And again, the best place to start is with your academic advisor. The biggest issue with transitioning to college is that students simply are not prepared mentally and they're not prepared academically. Now, certainly not every student every time, but those are two big things: mental and academic preparation. Again, if getting the proper mindset, that it's going to be tough, it's going to be challenging. Somebody said that it's not the challenges that we struggle with, but it's the unexpected challenges that are the most problematic. So students should expect that they're going to have to work harder and expect to have to dig deeper into their success skills and develop those. And what do I mean by expect that? That means that you should expect to have to go to the Academic Success Center and get help from day one. Take their many of these academic success centers have workshops on test taking and note taking and test anxiety and those kind of things. And by being mentally prepared, I mean when a student gets to campus, they should look those resources up and sign up for some of these workshops the first week or two of class instead of waiting to the week before finals when they're really struggling, but just take advantage of these right up front. And again, the academic preparation, if you're a high school student, really focus on developing your study skills and your test taking skills in high school, because what you're doing now may work, but when you get to college, your experience might be like mine and like a lot of the students I've worked with, that what worked in high school just doesn't work now.